Okay, I want you to picture something. Imagine a place that can write, record, edit, and push out a never-ending stream of content. Now, what if I told you that place wasn't some high-tech studio, but just a regular bedroom? Today, we're going to break down how that's not just some future idea. It's happening right now.
So take a look around this room. What's missing? There are no fancy cameras on tripods, no soundproof foam on the walls, and you definitely don't see a crew running around, setting up lights, or checking audio levels. All the usual signs of a production, they're just gone.
So what is here then? Well, it's almost laughably simple, really. You've got a bedroom, a desk, and a laptop. That's it. The entire engine of a modern media company has somehow been squeezed into this incredibly normal, humble setup. And that right there is the big question we're tackling in this explainer. How on earth can this one room with just one laptop do the work that used to take whole teams of people in big, expensive buildings? Let's get into it.
All right, to really get this, we've got to first look back at how things used to be done. For pretty much all of modern media history, making content was a very human, step-by-step process.
Think of it like an assembly line for ideas. A writer would draft a script and hand it off to an editor. The editor would pass it to a voice actor, who then passed it to a designer. And someone, the producer, had to coordinate the whole thing. Every single step needed another person, another conversation, another approval. It wasn't broken, it was just the only way.
Okay, so now let's look at how that entire human pipeline was quietly taken apart, piece by piece, tool by tool. This wasn't some big overnight revolution. It happened gradually, as each one of those human jobs found its automated replacement. You know, the first domino to fall was writing. That feeling of staring at a blank page, the hours spent just trying to brainstorm, that's been replaced. Now you feed a simple prompt into an AI, and out comes a structured script. It's not about writing the next great novel. It's about getting a solid B+ draft in minutes instead of hours.
And this quote right here, it gets to the absolute core of why this works so well. The AI isn't trying to be creative like a human. Its real superpower is that it just gets rid of all the friction. It doesn't procrastinate, it doesn't second-guess itself, it just produces. Next up, the voice. What used to mean booking a studio, setting up mics, and working around an actor's schedule is now as simple as copy-pasting text. There are no retakes, no weird background noises, just a clean, instant voiceover, ready to go whenever you are. And here's the crucial point. It's not really about the AI sounding perfectly human. It's about being perfectly reliable. An AI voice doesn't get sick. It doesn't have an off day. It can read 1,000 scripts in a row and sound exactly the same on the last one as it did on the first. It's always there.
And visuals? Oh man. The old way was spending hours scrolling through stock footage sites trying to find something that was kinda sorta close to what you wanted. Now, you just describe the exact scene you need and the AI generates it from scratch. A picture or a clip of something that never actually happened because it didn't exist until 30 seconds ago. This right here explains the new rule of the game for online content. Chasing perfection is slow and it's expensive, but AI can give you consistent, good enough visuals over and over and over again. And for the algorithms that run the internet, consistency is king. Even editing, which used to be this art form based on rhythm and intuition, is becoming a science. AI tools can now analyze exactly where viewers get bored and drop off, and they'll suggest cuts based on that cold, hard data. It's no longer about what feels right, it's about what the retention curve says will perform best.
And the stack just keeps going. The background music, AI generated and totally royalty-free. The thumbnails for videos, they're designed by an AI that's been trained on one thing, getting the maximum number of clicks, not winning an art prize. And then, at the very end, the whole thing gets uploaded and scheduled automatically. The pipeline is complete.
Now, it is so easy to look at all of this and just think, oh, cool, a productivity hack. But that's missing the point. This is way bigger than that. This is a deep, structural shift in the economics of creating things. The old production house didn't just get an upgrade, it got replaced. This is the simple math that changes everything. One person, plus this stack of AI tools, now has the power to produce at the scale of a whole team. It's an insane force multiplier, and it puts a huge amount of productive power right into the hands of a single individual. And when that happens, the fundamental rules of the game just get flipped upside down. Let's break this down. In the old world, the biggest bottleneck was coordinating human effort. Now, for one person, the only real limit is their own attention and their ability to come up with ideas. The goal used to be depth and quality.
Now, for many, it's shifted to volume and consistency. And the big advantage? It's not scale anymore. It's speed.
And here's the kind of harsh reality of this new world. The internet is a bottomless pit for content, and it tends to reward the people who can fill it most consistently. That deep, handcrafted masterpiece is amazing, but it's slow. AI, on the other hand, is a volume machine. It never gets tired, it just keeps going.
So, this all brings us to the most important question in all of this. If the machines are doing the writing, the voicing, the editing, the execution, then what's left for us? What's our job in this new world?
Well, the role of the creator is changing in a huge way. We're shifting from being the executor, the person actually doing the work, to being the director. Your job isn't to type the words or cut the clips anymore. It's to have taste. It's to have a strategy. Your value isn't in doing the work, but in deciding what work is worth doing in the first place.
And this is such a critical idea to get your head around. In this new automated system, human creativity isn't a requirement anymore. It's an optional layer you can add on top. You can make perfectly functional content without it. But that human layer, that spark of a weird idea, a clever connection, an emotional insight, that's the stuff the machine can't fake. It's not the engine anymore, but it might just be the soul.
So let's be crystal clear about this. This isn't some guess about what might happen in the future. The source material is very direct on this point. The replacement of that traditional production house model isn't a question of if or when. It's already happened. It's a reality right now. And that leaves us with the final and maybe the most important question. The technology is here, it's not going away. The automated content machine is just going to keep producing, keep optimizing, keep filling that endless feed. So the real question isn't about the tech, it's about us. The AI will keep generating. What will you choose to create?